maybe an hour at most. We'll make sure everybody gets to talk a little bit, but there's a lot of good things happening. So I'm just going to let a couple more people get in. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody read Gold's update a couple times. There was a lot of stuff in there to really parse through. And so first, what I want to do, I just want to give a disclaimer, everybody here, we all have the same purpose. We want to win with this stock. We all want to make money, for our families, our friends that all supported us through all this. And so in this discourse today, you might have different opinions. That's okay. At the end of the day, we're all on the same team here on the same purpose, trying to win it. Hopefully, our next brand name, we can take to the next step and whatnot. So I'm just going to start getting into it. First, for the update, how I look at things for this company, it goes way back to the beginning. It goes back to the beginning where Joe started. And one of the very first things he said before the water came out, when they started to drop dates, is, promise you kept. That's always stuck with me because that's important. Building trust with your shareholders and, and saying what you're going to do things when things need to be done. And when we're keeping promises, we were doing what we were saying. We were at the top of the world. And so now relating this to this update, what I liked from the forefront is now they gave us, though, there was tangible things in there, they gave us a tangible time frame for some like big things to come out. And I think that was important because now it puts themselves in a box if, they said, they've been preaching this new regime, they've been preaching, transparency, honesty, and whatnot. Well, next day, 4 p.m. time, Eastern time, after, the whole community, some good news. I'm not expecting the world, I'm keeping my level head about it. But the simple fact is, if they just follow through with some tangible updates and some new products, apparently some athletes, that's a step in the right direction, and that's what I want to see. Now, in regards to the audit, the 2021 audit, Gold did say 7 to 10 days. Now, for me, in my standpoint, as a speculator, I'm not an insider, I don't know a whole lot, but I know audits take time. They put a 7 to 10 day time frame on that. So we're looking at what, next Friday. If they know, I would like, as just a shareholder, transparency, promises kept. If they need no more time on that audit to finalize everything, even though they said it's pretty much done within that 7 to 10 day window, by Wednesday, hopefully we get an update notifying, hey, we need more time or something like that. I shouldn't get to Friday with us asking, what's going on and what. And so there's, a couple other things in there as well, but I don't want to overtake this conversation. I'm going to look to see who's on here. What's up, everybody? At one point, if Beach ever gets here, I want him to talk for sure. Does anybody want to talk right now? I can keep going. There's a couple other things I want to talk about as well. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. This is great. There's there's like request buttons and stuff like that. All right. Well, if everybody just wants me to talk, I can just keep talking. There's a couple other points I want to bring up about that update too. It's very interesting that we're getting that Latin America dual language wording, and the running theme with us is we struggle to have money to do what we need to do, but I feel like time and time again, when push comes to shove, we're always expanding, doing things that requires that extra step. And so I've always felt like, going back to the early days with John, when he said, the people involved, with billions involved, that's what I've always felt. There was more money than that was, being said. Just because of how some of the things have panned out, there's always been a backstop in situations where, we get saved by the day. And I was talking to my Discord community for this, and I was like, tell me another, company that you can think of that has gone through, a fraction of the LTNC takeover has gone through. It has survived as we've survived. And think about like all the Fortune 500 companies out there that have faltered for things than what we've experienced. And so, again, I don't have like any, inside information, but I do feel like time and time again we get saved. And I do want to give credit where credit is due. I want to give credit to Tom. Tom, again, I have my views about the brand name, how we were, using it without having clarity, on the new brand name. Now we have that, but I've always give respect where it's due for Tom. When he came in, his goal was just to shore up everything. It wasn't, to have some grandiose, plan, ideas. When the other guy was involved at the company, a lot of things were grandiose, saying things here and there, emojis. But when Tom came in, it was about shoring up what we had. Make sure we're paying the people off that we have to pay off. We have to pay off James. I was fully on board with us paying off James because that's good karma in my position. Because in a lot of my areas, I feel like he didn't know what he was getting into. Just from what I outside looking in, I don't think he knew what he was getting into. So I think good karma wise, we got to get him squared away. The Toby aspect, he's just a common shareholder now with 200 million shares. I know people, give Toby slack, but, I feel like at the end of the day, for the start of the company, we needed a guy like him because at the end of the day, he had the experience when you go back when he started at Sobe. I mean, he was around when Sobe got, bought out by Pepsi. So he has experience there. Again, I don't know who came up with the next level design. Hopefully the new regime, Tom and them are using the same designer because he did a really excellent job with that. I did a whole, thread, so I'm really excited to see what we have next Wednesday. Apparently athletes are involved, so hopefully we'll get a nice athlete. Somebody said, it'd be crazy if it was Bigfoot break. I'm not saying that, but it'd be nice to get more athletes involved. And I will say, from back when we had our first athlete after the mega tweet, I think people underrated that with Chris Manhurst for a little bit, partly because the time we were a penny stock. Obviously, we had grandiose. Oh, we have a request. Somebody wants to get it. All right. NG listeners, I'm gonna allow you to talk. To get another voice on here. 1 second. I'm gonna invite you to speak. All right. I think. Are you good to go? Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Good, buddy.
It's good.
We have an unbelievable designer.
Cool. That's amazing.
He's amazing.
And
I signed an NDA, so I can't say anything. I'm just gonna be totally honest with you. I got my own takeover email address. I know all of you. You guys all probably seen me. A lot of good things coming next week. That's all I got for you. I'm just here to observe and just chill. But I have, I have a non-disclosure, as some of the people in here know, and been working between 40 and 60 hours a week for the last 3 months, and I'm not getting paid because I believe in the company and I believe in everything. And there's other people just like me doing it. And in the next week, all I can say is, you guys are going to be very happy.
Well, I think we're all excited. We're excited to start this new journey. Thank you for speaking, Mike. I want to give a shout out to everybody who has volunteer work with is big time. I want to give a shout out to Next Level Jack on the website. That's a killer website. It was such a upgrade from what we had before. And when I figured out, when I knew who was doing the new website, I already knew it was going to be great because he helps with mine as well. He does mine. He goes to mine as well. And I'm forever grateful for him to help me build my own platform in that respect. And then When it's all about good juju. So I want to say, if you guys look at the shop tab, on the Next Level website. That's just good juju. You never know what's going to happen. And I guess it'd be nice to talk about. Again, I'm just a speculator. I don't have any inside information, but I have my beliefs on what I feel like is best for the company when it comes to trading, where it needs to be in the future. Personally, I know everybody wants to get trading. I know everybody wants to make money, make sure they want to have the ability to buy and sell. But where I come from and what I believe is, and it's even for myself, the regular human, especially the people with the average person in stock, we're not going to be good traders. All right. And so in my retrospect, I'm not too worried about getting trading next week, next month, 6 months down the line. I'm worried about the business, growing, doing what needs to be done, because at the end of the day, we can, I think everybody involved, Tom, everybody else in management, they don't see this as a super long term play. All right. And so we put a couple good years in, maybe somebody starts to call us. Maybe it is Kobe, as I've been saying. And, when you even look back to the experience Kobe had with Sobe, we killed their sales within our first year. I think their first 2 years, they only did $1 million in their very first 2 years of sales. And we did that in like 8 months. And they had a pretty good buyout as well. And so I think if we can get to, in a perfect world, and get like a valuation of like 100, market cap down the road, maybe 3-4 years down the line, $1 billion buyout's not out of the realm, especially with the product we have. It's a consumer staple. When you drink that hydrogen water, you feel like you have to have another one, and that's what all the big companies, when you look at it, they've done. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Kraft Food, they're all products that that you can continue to consume that are almost kind of addicting, and that's what the hydrogen water is. So I think we really do have the right product here, and I think we're in the right place. So thank you, Mike, for speaking. Does anybody want to speak? Anybody else want to pop up? See the faces here. I know a lot of people in here. They have a lot. On Twitter. So this is fine. This is a casual conversation, just to say something.
Can I say one more thing before I mute my mic?
Yeah.
Whatever you guys say, it's your opinion. You guys went through this for 2 years. You can say anything you want, and I'm going to have no negative opinion of anybody. Everybody has the right to think what they want to think. I might know a lot more than everybody in this room, but I understand. Like, I'm not here to report back to what people are saying. I'm just here because I was interested to see what you guys were saying. That's all I got.
Exactly. iTrades, I don't want to put you on the spot, but you're a well-respected person and you've been around from the beginning. Would you like to say anything? I could roll in a couple words. I just know you've been really excited about the things going on. I'm going to invite you. If you want to speak yourself so I can invite you. Oh, hello.
What's up, man?
What up?
How's it going?
Nice to meet you, iTrades. We go back. I remember you from the very beginning Discords and whatnot. I just want to hear what you have to say. What do you believe about the update? Where do you think the company's going? What are some of your thoughts?
Well, surprisingly, the same thing as Mikey. I'm on an NDA, so can't really say much. But it's, again, just retouching what Mikey said. It's a lot of amazing stuff coming, man. So it's really good times to be here right now.
Mm-hmm. Now, all right. Thank you for speaking. We have a couple cats with NDAs here. I'm going to try to put somebody on the spot that doesn't have an NDA to have it. So I do want to talk about the communication situation. I do feel like at some point it'd be nice to have everything come from one source. I know we have to have a couple of news sources for products and whatnot, but I would like the very pertinent information, the important information to come. If it's not from the Takeover account, whatever official account that we have, I would like it to come from there, because I feel like there's too many filters that it goes through right now, and it gets lost in the wash. Again, just speaking towards what I'm saying to what I see. Hold up, Mike. I got you. Okay, gotcha. Oh, you requested. Oh, never mind. I guess not. But yeah, that's what I think now. The account has 8,000 people on it, and we're putting like big news updates on the Next Level news account, right? And so there's a disconnect there. I feel like we need to, shore that up some, and we'll be in a lot better position. Also, I think I would like to hear some CSP news. I think we need to go for this 3P. We can't sit this one out. I'm hearing products, so we'll see what that means. But we need at least need one in CSP, because I think that's part of our salesmanship right now. If we're going to get to where we want to go, we have to have some of these accolades and whatnot. Oh, what's up? Next Level Kids in here as well. And there's a lot of people in here, so I'm just going to start, picking on people to say, hey, if you have anything you want to say, I'm going to invite you to speak. So, Next Level Kid, I'm going to invite you to speak. And what do you think about the update? What did you feel about it? Where do you think we're going as a unit? I would love to hear you speak. So you're one of the speakers now. You're good. Who else is in here? Man, I wish Beach was in here. I would want him to speak. Where's he at? Alex Foles in here. I know he's part of management finance. Yeah. There's Captain. You've been Captain Air. You've been around a long time. I want to hear you speak. What do you think about the update? How was it? How do you feel about it? Are you excited for next Wednesday?
I'm not sure if you were speaking to me or not, but I'm driving at the moment.
Yeah.
Let everybody know. So I'll tap back out in a second on the right turn back. But I'm overly ecstatic. I can't even control it. I'm driving right now. I gotta get rid of the energy because I drank a shot tonight. And I'm driving.
Wow.
Here we go. Green light. I'll get back in the call in a second.
Okay, yeah, drive safe. We'll call you back when you get in there. Let's see. Who else? Kirill Esteban, Jeff, you got anything to say, Jeff? I'd like you to speak. What did you feel about this update Wednesday? Are you excited for next Wednesday? I guess the next step. I wanted to bring up about Joe. He's been in the background a lot, and so I think the last 2 years, the two main people that have kept this boat running, and I want to give a shout out to Danny. I tried some of the new water. It's amazing. It's better. The water I tasted that I got my shipment, it was better than the first time I had the hydrogen water 2 years ago. That's how I really felt. And it had kick. It felt heavy. And I'm really excited if we can just get this brand name down. And the brand name, it just has to be serviceable to, above average, because we have a shareholder base that it can move the product. We moved the product in 8 months, at our height. So, if we have the backing, if we have the trust, if we have the audit, we have the financials, we'll be in a lot better position. And it won't matter too much what the name will be. Obviously, I'm going to be looking into the gematria, so hopefully, we have some good, powerful energy behind it. I'm excited to decode it. And, I think naturally it's just going to come into play. Gold did bring up PFL. That's going to be interesting. What really was surprising to me that the PFL was how many finishes, big punches, big moments happened right by the Next Level logo. And that was pretty me, because when you talk about eyeballs and whatnot, that's like subliminal messaging. You're seeing a winner win right next to the Next Level logo. Obviously, that's not our brand name, so hopefully they can do the same thing with the new brand, because I felt it was a big, powerful thing. I'm excited to see where Ian is in with all of this as well. Do we really have their billions behind it, right? Are we going to get into the Philippines? And as I've said before, what I like about the Philippines is, when talking about the Coke buyout, the Coke already pretty much runs the Philippines. And when we were with what was that, LA Libations or something like that, I sold foods and stuff. The person that took that over, she did a lot of work in the Philippines, I believe, with Coke as well. So there was a lot of connections there that I was putting together. they pretty much, they run the water situation over there. So I could be a great fit. Obviously Manny's beloved over there. And you have also Japan, which is big on hydrogen. So there's a lot of things that have always kind of been staying in place for a next level. If we can just get to the point where we're not shooting ourselves in the foot, then we're going to see much more success again. And that's what I think Tom's trying to strike. The last guy in office as the head, he was stalling for I don't know how long. We didn't do anything for 18 months, but somehow we got put in a worse situation. But now I think we're shoring things up, and that's good to see. Andrew, oh, hey, Tom, and nice to have you, Tom. We've just been talking. I know you just kind of popped in, but I've been trying to pull some people for people to speak, and I'm on an NDA, so you can't say much. But I'm going to invite you to speak anyway. Maybe you can speak towards something. It'd just be nice. So I'm gonna invite you to speak now, and then see who else wants to. Oh, there he goes. Hey, Tom. So you're a speaker whenever you want to talk. Go ahead, Tom. But yeah, what I was saying earlier, I'm excited to see what Manny in can purchase. Obviously, we ran those Manny cans for a limited time only. I still have the original Manny cans from. There's no shipping order, so they're nice. Hey, Tom.
Excellent. Hey, everybody. Thanks for letting me in. I've only got a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to say hello and thanks for your support. Appreciate the positive feedback on today's update. Hope everybody's doing well. Mikey, good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. And I wanted to say, thank you for what you've been doing. You weren't on, but I was saying one thing I did respect about what you've been doing, you've been shoring up a lot of those around us. And, sometimes that does get overlooked. And when it comes to leaders and whatnot, of just doing the right thing and, going brick by brick. So I appreciate that. It's a ugly process, a rough process, but somebody has to do it. And I do believe that you're doing it. So.
Well, thank you. It's been a journey. It has not been easy. And I'm not doing it alone. We have many people that have joined the efforts. And if we make it, and I'm hoping we will, and I'm confident we will, this will be the company the shareholders save.
Okay. And I'm a documentary filmmaker, so I'm trying to write that story. So let's make it happen, Tom.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It's definitely worthy. I promise.
Okay. Well, I believe it. We're all in together. Thank you.
Excellent.
Carter.
Any specific questions? Oh, we got Carter on? Love to hear his voice.
No specific questions. Well, there's a couple Mike was on. I know people have NDAs, so we can't say much. But, within Gold's update, you guys have talked to the PFL. Are we in good standing with our brand name moving forward with the PFL? Are we going to have that design on the mat soon?
100%. We're great standing with the PFL. They are actually the very definition of a true partnership. They understand the challenges we face. They understand that the next level brand was lost and to no fault of our own. And they know that we're up against it now, trying to rebrand and virtually a year and a half wasted with a brand that we can't monetize. So they're coming to us saying, how can we help? And they're giving us expedited graphics assistance so that on June 8th, which happens to be my birthday, I'll turn 61, we will be on the PFL mat. I don't know exactly where we're going to be placed. It will be the new brand. And by then, you guys will know the name of the new brand, so you'll know what to look for. But they've been a fabulous partner, and we look forward to working with them through at least 2023. And if things go our way, we'll try and engage them for 24 and maybe beyond.
Wow, amazing! That's amazing. That's good to know. That brings confidence that we'll be back on the mat, and hopefully they're finishing people right on our logo again, depending on the placement. Now you bring up the name brand. I want to just ask. How was that process? Obviously you can't give the name, but how deep was that process trying to find a new name? Like, was it tough? Did you have people find the name for you? What was it like?
Well, I can promise you this. A shareholder came up with the name. As you know, we have rallied the support of multiple shareholders, shareholder volunteers. These guys have thrown in So they're on the front lines with me and everybody else. And it was one of them that came up with the name. Now, we don't do anything unilaterally. This isn't a kingdom. This is a committee-run organization. So all of us pitch in. All of us are creative. All of us collaborate. And this particular gentleman threw in the name. And Joe loved it. Everybody loved it. Then we started seeing it used in various advertisements from other companies just as an adjective. I can't say much more than that. But I'm proud of the guy that came up with it. And the only person that's more proud of me for the guy that came up with it is the guy that actually came up with it. And when it's fully announced and you'll hear the story, just try and remember what I just said and you'll chuckle.
All right. Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for that, Tom.
No problem.
Does anybody else have questions for Tom? I had two. Anybody else? Mike, I'm gonna pick out Carter. You know, you're one of the big Next Level supporters, and I understand you've been around. You've been on both sides, Carter. I want to hear, how do you feel about this update? How do you feel moving forward? Are we in the right hands from the old regime? So I'm going to invite you to speak. You've been around. I love your graphics, and I think people would love to hear. Yes. So I'm inviting Carter to speak whenever he wants to speak.
He's my favorite Canadian. He's my favorite Canadian.
I want to ask real quick in regards to the parent company. Is that going to be extinguished, or is it going to be the same shift that the first of the second share letter holder or shareholder letter stated that we would get X amount of this, X amount of that, blah blah blah. But however you guys do that.
Excellent question. So LTNC is the parent company. Takeover is the subsidiary. The way you spin out a company from a parent that's having trouble getting current is the spin out takes place of the sub. And since LTNC is the primary shareholder in the subsidiary, everybody that's in the parent will get shares in the subsidiary. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. But does the subsidiary company, is it a new company when it come out as an IPO? I don't want to, I know that's probably NDA. But...
No. That's not NDA. No, it will come out. It will be a standalone. It will get a new symbol, and it will leave its parent and become a standalone trading company. And the parent will still remain.
There's got to be something with that parent. I feel like there could be some use for that, depending on how mentally is there ideas for LTNC as a shell after we spin out and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a couple ways to go. I mean, ultimately, the best scenario is Takeover sales pick up, profits come in, Takeover succeeds, Takeover spins out, and we're all rolling with Takeover. Yet our legacy shares in the parent company LTNC remain. And then we go to work on what needs to happen to get LTNC trading again. Is that a guarantee? No. Have I spent a bunch of time and money and energy on trying to figure that out? No, because my energy and the team's energy is focused on Takeover. That's the path to tradability right now. But I am not willing to give up on LTNC. I believe with 2 years financials, and that would be 2022 and 2023, we could make an appeal to OTC markets to get LTNC trading if, for whatever reason, Takeover were to stay inside it. But I don't want to take that risk, wait till 2024 and say, hey OTC, do we qualify? And then them say no, and then we start the spin-out process. That would delay things about 9 months, and I'm not willing to do that. So we're running down the road of a Takeover spin-out, and when that's done, then we will look at LTNC and how we can make that great. And who knows, maybe another company will come inside it that can be spun out. That's just, there's lots of things you can do.
I like that you said, we're just barreling down, and you've been saying the three words. You've been saying settlements, profits, tradability, and
yep.
I agree. And those are the 3 steps I think need to be taking place. I said earlier, in all intents and purposes, being tradable is probably the last of the important things we need to accomplish. We need to make sure we have a great business in place, get all the settlements out of the way, so we just have a clear path. And if we do what we need to do, it'll all work out itself for sure.
100%. Yeah, we need to. we need to get these lawsuits dealt with, and I'm doing everything I can to try and do that. I think if any of you have observed my actions on Twitter, you know that, I virtually laid down and said, let's talk, let's figure this out. It takes two to do that, so I'm hoping the other parties will come to the table. As far as profits, we're working hard, we're building a business, and we're trying to engage everybody, not just shareholders, to buy our products. They're wonderful and they stand on their own. And then obviously we're working towards tradability. But once we begin trading, what's going to build shareholder value? That's going to be a bolstered P&L and a bolstered balance sheet. And that comes from a successful, fundamentally profitable business. And that's what we're working on as well.
So that audit, so we're getting to find out that audit, Gold did say, within 7 to 10 days, we got to have some paperwork released, how I read it. Is that the case? And will that have balance sheet type numbers in it? Because that's some real numbers. I'm the numbers guy.
Yeah, and the financials have the numbers. I have not seen a published audit yet. I believe it's coming imminently, and I'm confident it will. I haven't made the final decision as to whether the numbers should come along with it. I'm just not sure yet. So I can't commit to that. Let's just put it like that.
Okay.
But let me say this, Chess, if I could say this. The decision will be made, like every decision that's made at LTNC Takeover right now. Is it good for the shareholders? Will it help us towards settlements, profits, and trading? And if the answer is yes, the numbers will come out. And if the answer is no, they won't. And I just haven't put enough time and thought into that yet because we've been fighting fires in different fronts.
Makes sense. How's Joe been doing? He's been out of the limelight for a little bit, and I give him a lot of credit. The first, I don't know how much you've kept up with really early on, but I think he did a really spectacular job. Day 1 to 95, it was a crazy run, but him being in the background now. How's he doing? How does he come up with these products? He's just behind the scenes and stuff. Talk on that.
First of all, Joe is doing fabulous, and I'm glad you brought up the first 1 through 95 days because that's when things were working for Takeover and LTNC. We were doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales months 1, 2, and 3. Joe was in front of it. Everybody was excited, and things were going really well. And then the management team changed. They shifted focus, and they pretty much took Joe and said, "We'll take it from here." And since then, I think Joe has been a very unused talent and an underutilized team member. So I've committed to Joe that we're going back to what worked. Joe's super excited. He's back in the lab. Yeah, he's back in the lab, and his creative juices are flowing. Now, I will tell you, when Joe's in his creative exercise state, he's a lot.
Yeah.
He's a lot. So I can't wait to unleash him. And he can't wait either. He's already working on content that's going to come out along with the new brand and the new celebrity, the new ambassadors we have. That's all being done as we speak. So when it comes out, it's going to come out in rapid fire.
Oh, man, I'm excited now. Joe, that's great.
Hey,
awesome.
Before you do that, before you finish that, Jeff, I have a question to the ambassador in regards to one of my current events. His shots that he has currently, will they be as to event when he hopes to?
I can't answer that. We have not had a good working relationship with T-Pain. It's not to say that it's bad. It just hasn't been as fluid as the other partners that we've had. So I can't really say what he's going to have on our behalf.
Okay. I asked that.
Thank you for that. That's a big question.
Yeah,
no problem.
I asked it for another reason because I did see him kind of hosting something the other day, and then I saw a commercial of his for another beverage. So I didn't know if it was something in the works. If that was actually your beverage, or I was curious.
No, not to my knowledge.
Broken Arrow, you're a speaker now, so you have the floor. If you want to say something, I know you requested it.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. I have a question. Maybe someone can answer this, but the original Nootropic, the Next Level Up, the original was absolutely the best I've ever had.
Oh my God, it was great,
wasn't it? And I know it's pumpy and all that they were saying, but I'm hoping they can bring that one back.
Well, let's just say it's possible. Let's just say its Big Brother might be showing up real soon.
Uh-oh.
And then And then we can work on bringing I want to call it the original recipe. Nobody's buying into that with me. I can't get the team to jump on board with that, but I love the original recipe, and I'd love to just bring it back at any price point. I can promise you. Yeah, the mantra from the top at this organization now is there will be no dilution to quality under any circumstances, period. So if it costs more to make...
count for stock price too? Stock? Does that count for stock?
I can't talk about stock price. We're not even there yet. Yeah, and we're months... And to temper everybody's expectation, if the audit letter were published tomorrow, we still have 2022 to do. That's a 6-week time frame. And then we've got a 3 to 4 month... And then there's a 3 to 4 month spin-out process. So we're months away from trading under our best case scenario. Right now, we're building a fundamental business so that when that tradability takes place, we're not coming out of the gate. We're coming down the runway.
Great. That is amazing. Okay. Makes sense. And back to that next level shot, the only thing about the original next level shot that I had issue with, it was the life span of it. Like, it just didn't hold that well. It had its issues. I've had a couple ones that had some mold in it. I know we're a young company and whatnot, but if we can somehow figure that shelf expectancy out, that'd be a game changer, because it does have a big difference.
Well, if anybody can do it, Joe can. And again, he's been given full license to go back to doing what he's absolutely great at, which is developing products for people's health and wellness, and then sharing his enthusiasm for that with people in a very motivational way. Joe is an incredible human being, and I just can't believe that for the time we've had him, we haven't utilized him. And it's very obvious. If you look at the numbers, you'll see this was working, then this happened, and then it didn't work after that.
Yeah, so you're spot on.
Chess, just so you know, all the things you're saying, I'm constantly on Twitter and monitoring like one of the Discords. So when you say the shot, you loved it, these guys are aware of that stuff, because when you guys bring stuff to me or you put stuff out there, I do always constantly pass it on to the team.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say is there's not a day that goes by that TZ and MH doesn't mention all of you guys. And I just want you to know that. Those two people care about every one of you guys, and that's the truth. And it's MH and it's TZ, just so you know.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Mikey. And that goes for the whole team. Guys, I hate to hit and run, but my wife's standing by, ready to take the dogs for a walk, and I'm going to get in trouble if I continue to play with you guys. Is there any pressing questions I can answer, or sign me up for the next one, Chess, whenever you do it, or maybe after the next update, I'll be happy to jump on and I'll block out the time so that there's no interruptions.
Yeah, we're definitely, this is great. We'll do that for sure. Any quick questions for Tom before you have to go? Thank you for coming on, Tom.
You got it, bro.
Anybody? All right.
Hey, Tom.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How do you like your designer?
Oh my God, you got to be kidding. Who's that talking? Is that who I think it is, Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's the best in the world. In the world. You guys have no idea how lucky we are to have these shareholder volunteers working
and then
for
remember,
us.
I got my boy Carter whenever I need something. Also helps me out too.
Carter's got the dancing.
Carter.
Yeah, Carter's great too, but Javi's he's off the hook. I got no words. I got no words other than thank you sincerely. Thank you sincerely.
You're welcome.
I Trinity's the hitter for sure. I knew that from day one. Carter.
Well, you guys, if you ever need me, it's Tom at Takeover IND. I'm the easiest guy in the world to find. My phone number's out there too. Happy to answer any questions. I'll never hide behind anything. You'll always get a straight shot from me. And rest assured, me and the team are working until this mission is complete. The first leg of it is coming up real soon. Then you guys know that we're not screwing around and we're accomplishing things that nobody else has been able to do so far for LTNC and Takeover. So just take that to the bank. Stay tuned. Next week's going to be huge. And I can't thank you guys enough for your efforts, your support, and your purchases. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. You have a good night. Carter, we have about 15 minutes left. Carter, you can speak. And next level, Jack, I want you to speak as well, that guy. But yeah, we got about 15 and we'll wrap it up. But Carter, you can go ahead.
Yeah, all I wanted to say was I appreciate everybody in here. I appreciate Tom for doing what he's been doing. And I trade stocks, man. I've seen your artwork. That shit's just awesome, man.
Thanks, brother.
Next up with Jack, I invited to speak. I just wanted to hear about it a little bit. I know you've been a part of my community for quite some time, and to hear you have the opportunity to have make your website for Next Level, that was big time, and I really felt proud about that. So I just want to hear what you think about this update. What's been like being the website guy and whatnot.
Hey guys, what's up? I just jumped in about a few minutes ago. So I heard Tom speak a little bit. First thing, let me reiterate real quick. The party said about us being really lucky to have Javier, big time. That's the first thing I thought. I couldn't believe, I thought that at that point, considering how you saw how the designs were for the most part right before that, I thought that maybe I would have to step in and do it. And I was pretty confident with my skills. I thought I'd make decent things. But then I saw we had him, and I was just like Tom said, we're super lucky to have him. And he's really good at it. And yeah, that's the thing. Also, I want to throw in a shout out for Alex too. We're super lucky to have a guy he's so smart. Just the conversations I've had with him, I always learn something new from him, from marketing aspect, just in general, a really smart dude and hardworking too. Just like everyone else on crew right now, David too. Yeah, pretty much. And then what was the question again?
What do you feel about the update? Yeah.
So, mostly stuff that we were anticipating. So, man, I honestly forgot. It was a long ass letter, but pretty much the new products, they were actually coming along this whole time, and looks like I think they said Wednesday they're anticipating and releasing it. So excited about that. And it sounded like multiple products too. That's great. I'm excited for the fact that we see that we had for a minute the Manny cans go on sale. I'm excited about Manny being on board. Some future, possibly some other partnerships coming up soon too. Excited about that.
Have you worked with the new brand name at all? For the website? Have you started to work on that? With the new stuff?
With me, I haven't seen it specifically yet, but I was being updated to get ready. That we are soon going to be on the website, putting up the new logos and everything. So it's going to have the name there. And I think the letter did mention today that the trademark is being finalized. So I'm really happy about that too. It sounds like such a little dumb thing for a company to do that. The trademark is the name that you're going to avoid a future lawsuit. And yeah, but unfortunately, that's where we got to with the previous management. But, just one of the many things that Tom is taking care of. It's a little thing, but it's still something that needed to be done. And yeah, I know they were working on a ton of names. So they were exploring a bunch. So I know they're going to choose a really good one. I know that much,
Yeah. We're going to wait till Wednesday, man. I can't wait. Thank you for everything you've done so far.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'm just thankful to be part of it, man. So people always say thanks, especially the team members. They're always thankful to me and everything. But I also say I'm thankful for them for letting me, be a part of it. And, I hope everyone likes what I'm doing. And, that's why I did mention that we could have the Discords have a channel for any feedback people could always give. Because, it's never a finished product. We can always do something to improve.
Mm-hmm. And, shout out to you for the shop tab, with the design, that positive energy, that was really dope. That, just keep putting that positive energy out there. Who knows who buys us, but it'd be dope if it was Coke, so.
Yes. I remember what you're saying.
Yeah, the shop tab, the design. So, all right, does anyone else have anything to say? I'm going to close this up. This is anybody's platform to say whatever they got to say before I'm going to close it up. I know it's late for the East Coasters. We will do another one of these Twitter Spaces for sure. I mean, this came out of nowhere. And honestly, when I said when I was going to drop something on the Twitter, town Twitter, I meant a thread. But people took it kind of like a Twitter Space. And so I took that as an opportunity.
How about we got Heckov in here. We got myself, Michael. Obviously, we got Alex, I think, is still in here. We got Hobby still in here. And, Tom just left. We're 5 of the team members. Why don't we do one of these next Wednesday night? I think it will be. I'll be around next Wednesday. I'm sure Alex will. I think next Wednesday will be a very good day if you guys want to, or at least I know I can commit to it. I can't speak for these guys because they're busy.
I should be able to.
Yeah, I definitely think next Wednesday is probably going to be a very, very good day.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll try to work something around. I do work on Wednesdays. I could probably do maybe 30 minutes, an hour, but we can still work around it. But yeah, I can do Wednesday. But I know people it's late and stuff. But yeah, we can figure something out.
Yeah, I think we'll be excited enough to want to do it.
Okay. Yeah. If you guys, there's a lot of people on this call, like 35 listening. People wanted to listen. So I think if it's going to be an exciting day, we can just do it how we did tonight. That's how it works for me. And I'm happy to host. So.
And even though all, 4 of us in here have NDAs and stuff, at least next week we'll be able to talk a little bit more because a lot of the stuff will be public knowledge.
Okay.
So I got to go to bed, guys. Though it's 12 o'clock here. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Mike.
Take it easy, guys.
Take care, guys. Good night. All right. Anybody else before I close up the call? Anybody else? This is a great one. We'll do next Wednesday. All right.
I just want to say thanks, Chess, for having this space tonight.
Welcome. Thank you for coming on, Carter. You're a positive influence in this community. Regardless, the content you make, the energy you put in, it's very, invaluable. You can't. It's intangible, and we all appreciate it. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Man. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Trey, I can't wait to see what you cooked up, bro. Can't wait to see what you cooked up. So I'll be waiting.
Hey man, there's always like Jacob said, there's room for improvement. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys have any things that you guys want to add to stuff or whatever, feel free to just put it out there. Like Mikey said, we're always looking, so it's gonna be a great deal.
All right, can't wait to see. We'll touch back next Wednesday on that. We'll see what you cooked up. Thank you. All right, y'all. Everybody have a nice night. Thank you for this call. This was amazing. We'll do this same time next Wednesday when all the bombs drop after 4 p.m. Wall Street time, Eastern. So you guys have a good night. Love you all, and see you next week. Bye-bye.